Today's episode is going to be a little different because some days one piece of news is all the news you're going to be able to digest. This one's a big one. It's ongoing. It's crazy. It's insane.
Yeah.
But you know what else it is? You just gotta say it, Megan. I can't even say it.
What else is insane?
You say.
Oh, this is painful.
You're pointing to your name.
You say it.
You say
I.
takeaway.
Oh my god.
Where are you pointing at?
Welcome back to the Table Talk Podcast. We're chilling it out. We're chilling it out this season, and I'm living for it.
I'm pretty surprised because we had a plan about a new show.
Yeah,
For takeaway, but we still recording
this.
this.
News.
This is news.
The new show.
Yeah, the new show.
Oh yeah. That's coming, but we can't. We have to phase things out.
That's right.
Damn.
Speaking of phasing things out, you know
I
what
don't know
happened?
what kind of segue that
No.
is. No.
But recently, this has been all over the news.
Yes.
So I think this is a great time right off the bat. Can you just read all the disclaimers?
Okay,
and
so
everything, okay?
disclaimers, I think this is something that we want to start off the day with before we do anything else. First things first, I'm the realist.
No,
Second
we are an
thing
entertainment
is,
podcast.
this is an entertainment podcast.
Okay.
We have no professional investigative skills ties or links to the case.
If there is no chance in this world you Google CNN and you happen to chance upon our podcast. So
no way.
Let's put
we are
that
not playing with those SEOs this season.
nothing
And also, disclaimer, trigger warning, if you are not keen on hearing graphic...
yeah, this is gonna be like a crime scene episode.
It's a big episode.
This is a crime scene episode.
And I will also apologize in advance for any jokes that we make because it's an entertainment podcast.
Right.
We're not going to be making jokes about the victim. We're only going to poke fun at the who did this.
We say that.
We'll
just
see.
as a
We'll see.
disclaimer first.
But you know,
This has to be talked about. Yeah.
in the spirit of investigative journaling that we do not do, we thought it would be great to invite the resident crime expert, Sophia Chong, to the table. Welcome, Sophia. Can you introduce yourself and also give us a brief description about your expertise?
Hi, I'm Sophia. Apparently, I'm here because I like to talk about crazy people.
No, okay, hold on. Watching
And
Spy
true crime.
Family. Watching Spy
No.
Family does not qualify.
I'm
So,
here
yeah.
for you.
No, so you're a big fan of crime.
Sorry.
Okay,
She's a massive fan of crime.
Don't
You
make
made
it sound like
The
that.
context of that sentence, the syntax of that sentence.
I like...
Crime. Watching.
Oh, I was going to say something worse.
Oh, say it.
I like... Okay, I wanted to say I like serial killers, but I don't like serial killers. I'm intrigued by the psychology behind it.
Yes.
And that flows into like different
Yeah.
types of crime
Yeah.
stories as
So
well.
she's one of she frequents the unsolved crime Reddit quite often. She's watched all your. A lot of people enjoy these sort of documentaries on Netflix. So we wanted to get someone at the table who has the stomach for these sort of things. Mika and I don't really.
Professional.
I'm okay. I watched CSI. I've watched
What?
Sherlock Holmes.
There's nothing close
I've
to the kind of
watched
stuff that Netflix has nowadays.
Miami
Nothing.
101. Was it Miami 101?
I don't know what you're watching.
I've watched.
What is Miami
Horatio.
101?
Most importantly, I watched Horatio.
Horatio.
Oh, yeah. That
Okay.
guy's cool.
Yeah, that
Cool
one
guy.
with the glasses. I don't watch anything crime related.
Yeah, so that's why we're not experts, Mika.
I like to read,
But
so-
you're a psychologist. Okay, we have a by degree, we have a psychologist at the table. We've got a true crime I would say connoisseur. So she does know the ins and outs of the behaviors of these ill-willed people. And as for myself, I consider myself as just, one of the people. I'm just here to ask the question.
we want to just make a good point. We are reading whatever is made known to the public already.
Yes.
And we are not insinuating anything because this is basically all that has been reported.
And obviously, we're not there.
We're not.
So,
I really would hope so. Okay.
Are you guys ready?
Oh boy.
Let's go.
I'm going to get you guys up to speed with what's happened. So, 21st February 2023, Abby Choi, 28 years old, a well-known socialite and model, was reported to be missing. Her ex-brother-in-law, who's also her driver, was supposed to be to chauffeur her, pick her up her to pick up her daughter from school.
All right.
However, she failed to do so, and
Right.
thus a missing persons report was filed. At
Right.
this point, her ex-brother-in-law, ex-husband, and parents of her ex-husband, so basically the whole ex-husband side, were inquired by the police about her whereabouts. They provided false and misleading statements according to the Hong Kong police. All right, this is 21st February. 24th February, I believe this was the Friday. Around there, thereabouts, last week, the week before.
So this
Police-
was the trigger. Yeah.
Police reviewed CCTV footage and the GPS records of the vehicle her ex-brother and her were in. This led the police to Tai Po, which is a village in Hong Kong. All right. Police interviewed locals and reviewed the footage of the CCTV from houses in the village, as well as dash cams from cars around the village. And within
crazy.
24 hours of arriving there, they identified a 3-story house as the crime scene. Now, this is where all hell breaks loose.
So let's just slowly take that chunk by chunk.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to choose my words very wisely here. Basically, Abby
Does
Choi
what?
is socialite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in Hong
Kong.
in Hong Kong, right, socialite is different status compared to
Influencer.
social media.
Different.
Okay.
Different.
Important person. Everything got triggered from the day she didn't appear to pick up her daughter. Because
Correct.
obviously her daughter is just waiting at the school.
Yeah.
That is like a nightmare to me, lah. Like, what if I don't appear? Like, what happened?
Every kid's nightmare.
It's every kid's nightmare, like, to a certain point. Like,
Shit.
am I going to have lunch? Or like, what's happening? Where's my mom?
Priorities.
But obviously, that was the craziest thing. But what made it even crazier was everyone involved with the picking up process was her family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her extended,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, in-laws, lah, right?
Yeah. Ex-in-laws.
That was the start of a very crazy twist.
Oh my God.
Because it's mad. It's basically like the only people who should be knowing your whereabouts is your in-law family.
Yes.
Yeah.
And no one said anything. No one even went to pick up the daughter. Like, you get what I mean, right? Like, sorry?
So that's the thing,
Yeah, it's
right?
ex,
All
it's ex, yeah, yeah.
of these people are
Yeah.
her former
family. Yeah.
Oh, you still have some sort of like relation with these gay people.
I
you know?
mean, you have a kid waiting to pick up from school.
Ming Han, that's honestly the least of their concerns right
That
now.
is
Yeah.
very true. There's a list of
Because right
anyone's
now,
concerns. Someone's
as
missing.
police entered the ground floor of the 3-story house, trigger warning for everyone who does not enjoy graphic descriptions. Please turn away now. I don't mind if you don't
How do you
listen to
turn
this.
away from a graphic audio description?
You stop now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Turn away. Pause.
Alright.
Exit.
They found
They found a meat grinder, an
Basically,
electric
yes.
saw,
Oh, gosh.
and 2 pots of soup,
Oh gosh.
a hammer, face shields, black raincoats, and a purple handbag belonging to Abby herself.
Oh my
All right.
god.
So this is trigger warning. In the pots of soup, the forensics team found a skull with some hair still intact and a human ribs, multiple ribs in there. There was also meat, which was believed to be human flesh. The back of the skull had a 6.5 by 5.5 cm hole.
That's huge, by the
That's
way.
a very big hole.
That is a sledgehammer size huge.
What's crazy was that the pot also, this one, we're going to be talking about this one quite a
This
bit.
is
What's crazy is that the pot also contained other ingredients like carrots and radishes. In other smaller pots was more human bones, but it doesn't stop there. In the fridge in the house, they found legs. However, her torso and arms have yet to be found.
okay.
This is all unfolded on the 24th of February, all right?
Yeah.
I got-
Do we want to stop? Let's stop here and talk about it for a while.
'Cause
No,
I-
wait. Do we stop here?
yeah,
Maybe
we
Bella,
need
do
to
we-
no, we need to go slowly by slowly.
Okay,
it's a
we
long,
start.
long
It's
story.
a lot to
Okay.
digest.
So basically, they found human ABC soup.
Okay, so
Right.
walk with me through this, right?
Yeah.
Camera opens on policeman. He
Police
gets the
door
call.
open.
He's
Yeah.
like, "This
Yeah.
is the house.
Yeah.
I need back up."
Okay, stop. We are
Hong
just
Kong
at the,
police.
there's nobody there.
It's just the police.
He just lock door. Let's go in.
okay. So
Okay.
he goes in
Yeah.
as a policeman in a modern day society. Put yourselves in the shoes.
Roger.
Roger. Ngap le yo. Okay, so he goes in, right? You
Wah.
know shady shit went down, but in today's modern society,
Yeah.
would you as a policeman even think that you are going to find, don't even talk about the shit in the fridge, right? Like the equipment you find in the house.
I don't think anybody expects or would want to expect to see something like that.
Yeah.
Like
I think, yeah.
I can imagine that the smell in the first place would be the most off-putting
Off-putting.
thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the carrots and radishes, those smells.
Well,
I
yeah.
mean, before you even go there, right?
Confirm will smell.
Because okay,
Soup.
like a decaying body or anybody that's just left or in pieces has to give off like a certain type of smell. That's like one of the common factors in a lot of these different cases, right? It's
It's the
always
smell
the smell.
that gets out.
Yeah.
You sound experienced.
Damn, you really know your stuff.
I-
You know your stuff. Well.
So the police had a foreshadowing.
I'm sure.
I'm sure, right?
I'm sure you could smell it from outside of the building.
So they walk in. Not only are they confused with this gear, which I'm guessing you're expecting to find guns.
You know
or
what I would
knives.
expect to find?
What?
Abby tied up in a chair.
Sure.
Like, that's all I would expect to find. Because, I mean, if you saw the CCTV footage, you know that her car has moved from where it's supposed to be at the school into this village and then
Right.
this house. In my mind, Abby should be inside.
Sure. Sure. But it's not your mind, unfortunately.
But it's
Yeah.
not my mind.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
The minute I rock up to the house and I see a meat grinder, I'm like,
you know
guys,
it's you're
going
in for
down.
bad time already.
It's going down. Send in the cleanup crew right now.
You pong oh.
Because it's not just the meat grinder. The electric saw is there.
Pink
I'm
shields, black raincoat.
Yeah.
I don't know what the
How
hell's going on there.
clean can this place be? you know?
No,
Yeah.
if you play horror games, if you,
You know
play
it.
any,
You know
you
it.
know what the 1 + 1 = 5 at this point, okay?
Damn.
Black raincoats. These guys thought it out.
These guys know about the splash zone.
You know how hard it is to find black raincoats? It's not a common color for raincoats.
Shopee, I think
Hey,
It's
cannot.
usually
Actually,
blue
yeah.
or
Okay.
pink or
Come to
yellow.
think of it.
Yeah. So these guys, this was premeditated.
Yeah, they got. Oh my gosh, the
It's
levels.
definitely premeditated,
sorry.
guys.
I don't
I
know.
don't
I'm pretending to be
think-
So I'm just
surprised by that at this point.
I'm just going along the obvious lines.
Yeah,
Just trying to
Vivian
make it
and
sound
Bella.
great.
Vivian and Bella, when y'all doing the research for this one, what was thoughts? Can you just give me some of your thoughts so that
Was it gripping?
yeah.
Was it griping?
It was scary, lah. Like, just the thought of like, you kind of imagine yourself finding the pots, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the craziest part, that
That's crazy.
they chopped her up and put her parts in a boiling.
Now let's break that
Soup.
part down.
All right.
All right. So you've seen all there is to see. You know, in the back of mind, the realization is kicking in. Oh shit, these guys were up to no good.
Yeah. But I cannot understand. I'm going to say, I'm just
Okay.
going to...
Yeah.
This is
Ask the
okay.
question we're all
Let's go.
thinking.
So obviously they cannot find the torso and arms, right? Because they haven't found it yet.
Yes.
Yes.
But why did they start with the skull and
Why
not
did
get
they
rid
start?
of the purple handbag? You get what I mean? I think in their mind, right, it's like, okay, guys, let's get rid of the most identifying piece of proof for the body first,
head.
which is the head.
Okay.
But the thing is, the problem is, it's hard lah, because the head got your teeth and everything, which is what a lot of people use to like do
Yeah.
checks, right? But why they leave the purple handbag?
So I think it's because
Were they done? They were not done.
they weren't done obviously
But okay.
because the legs were still in the fridge.
I won't go as far as to give these people a benefit of doubt that they
Of
had
logic,
a
sorry.
proper they had logic or they had a proper thought process through.
You plan until meat grinder though. Like you
It's
should have
planned.
planned.
But I don't know. I don't think they really thought of the after. It's always getting to that point, right?
Right.
Of whatever clouded their judgment, which is could be hate, could be revenge, could be a whole bunch of things. But I don't think anybody really plans for the
After.
if
Yeah.
they find us.
But you see, right? I'm trying to.
Because I ideal that
I'm going
they
to
don't
visualize
get
this,
found,
okay,
right?
guys? I'm going to visualize this, okay? This trigger warning, bear me. Visualization.
How we are like
Okay.
trigger warning
Okay.
within the trigger warning.
They done the deed.
They done the deed.
Lady is there, and
Yeah.
they are like, guys, we need to split this apart. In no process was this a short process.
No way.
Yeah,
There had
of
to be
course.
this
No
silence
freaking way.
of like,
Yes.
Of course.
and there had to be conversation that was going on during this. Hey, like, which part do we do what first? I'm so intrigued. Like,
Yeah.
what was the conversation over the
Yeah,
table?
I think that's the craziest part to me because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
basically Orient Express, right? It's a few people doing it. When it's one person, you kind of go back to like, oh, okay, like the psychological stems from there. The kind of things like maybe he's not empathetic, he doesn't socialize well.
He's
He's
very
like
bound to that person.
yeah, it's very isolated.
Yeah.
But this one, you have multiple people.
And-
And they're all within the same family.
And it's a full family of like the ex-husband, the ex-husband's brother, the father-in-law, the mother-in-law.
Along the story.
Oh, sorry,
So at this point,
Okay,
we don't
yeah.
know yet. Okay.
I have thoughts on
Okay,
that.
so
Let's move on to the 25th of February.
So this is just so
Literally
everyone
a
for
day.
context,
Yeah, yeah.
4 days, 5 days from disappearance. Okay.
Yeah.
25th February. Am I going to read it now? Oh,
Yeah, you go ahead.
Police arrested the ex-husband upon finding out that he want to bye-bye by speedboat.
Okay, you need to make this clear.
He trying to flee. He trying to flee by
read it
speedboat.
as is like a news.
Police arrested her
Thank you.
ex-husband upon finding out about his plans to flee by a speedboat. They found 500,000 Hong Kong dollars, about 285 ringgit, cash.
1,000 cash.
Also means premeditated
Yeah.
packing. Several luxury watches worth about 4 million Hong Kong dollar.
That's crazy.
That's about $2.281 million ringgit. Basically, he
He was trying to chow lah.
it looks like it lah. He packed for like what, 3 meal. Okay, great. 2 days from then, so they arrested him. 2 days from then, ex-brother-in-law, number one, ex-husband and ex-father-in-law have all been charged for murder, while the ex-mother-in-law has been charged for 1 count of obstructing the case. It is said that she was aware of the plan. So basically, obstruction of justice means you did not do anything to prevent the rolling out of
Yeah.
justice,
Okay.
right?
And so as of 27 February, they have all
They
been
suddenly,
caught and charged lah.
suddenly like, hey, brother-in-law, father,
They made the link lah.
yeah, there's been a dodgy dodge.
Yeah.
So all of them have been charged. Okay, that is 1 week from the disappearance. So another 5 days have passed. 2nd March is upon us,
Wow, it's
which is
yesterday,
basically yesterday.
Yesterday.
Okay, police are still searching for the torso and arms. According to news reports, CCTV footage suggested that someone threw away the evidence at a rubbish chute in the village.
Damn.
Larger parts of her bones, like her spine, arms, and other body parts, personal belongings like a phone and clothes, as well as other murder weapons, were suspected to be thrown in other areas. So basically, they went and do the confetti lah, huh? Like you disperse the evidence in in
Try
hopes of
to
that
spread
that kind of ammo, right? This has led authorities to conduct a massive search at a landfill where the evidence is suspected to be disposed of. Obviously, more than 120 officers were deployed to search for her remains, but found nada. Zilch. Okay, bear with me, guys. We're just going to finish this up. Police also conducted a search at the nearby cemetery after an investigation revealed that her ex-husband and ex-father-in-law were there for some reason on the 22nd of February. However, nothing has been found. All right, which leads us up to literally today, 3rd March, a 6th suspect who allegedly had a role in helping one of the suspects flee by water, supposedly supposed to be the husband, right? For a fee of 100 HKD or 57 ringgit, has been arrested. That's all. We have a missing 57 ringgit. 57,000 ringgit. 57,000 ringgit. Sorry. 57,000 ringgit for the speedboat driver. And that is it. Before we move into anything else, that's the timeline of events. People have been arrested, have been charged. Body parts still missing. Don't know where it is. Very big question because the spine is a very difficult bone to this. Don't ask me why I'm saying this, but if you watch enough crime scenes, it's a big bone.
It's a long big
He's,
bone,
he's
yeah.
a biggie bony. I'm also like, if you got rid of all this kind of thing, why you live in the pot? I also don't understand. But that's where we are today. Thoughts?
Sophia, why don't you start with the opening statement?
Oh, Lordy Lord.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of people involved.
Oh, God.
It's a lot of plans, which is very unfortunate for her. I don't think that is any way anyone deserves to go. But it's just, it boggles my mind that it's still the multiple people and that it's family and majority men.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking like maybe this family culture, right, is very built on women's submission for some reason. Because
toxic
if
masculinity.
you
like that, yeah.
if you rewind, was there a mention already of the
Because the
father?
mother
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
do anything about it.
Okay,
right?
so
Yeah.
The father haven't said anything yet.
I'll quickly just touch on this part, right?
Yeah.
So, According to the reports, her ex-father-in-law, Kwong Kao, is suspected to be the mastermind of the entire thing.
Oh
right?
my God.
Yeah.
And the main point of contention and dispute here is that they had dispute over Abby's decision to sell $1 million property, which is approximately about $38 million in
$38
ringgit.
million ringgit property.
Located at an upscale area. She bought the property under the ex-father-in-law's name. To make it easy, let's identify her whole ex-family as the Kwongs, all right?
Yeah.
But basically, she sold off a property that she bought only under his
So
name.
she was deciding to sell it off.
Yeah.
Deciding to sell it off.
So
they were
he's
disputing
not happy
about
with it. And
Yeah.
I guess I agree with like what you said. Like, because, you know, like if he's the mastermind, obviously the unhappiness is from him.
Yeah.
And then all this has unfolded.
It's kind of
Um,
crazy to think that this would over property.
It's wild because a close friend revealed that Abby still took good care of the Kwongs even after the divorce. And it's said that she's provided them over 5.7 million ringgit over the years in financial aid. A close friend also revealed that Abby wanted to distance herself from them despite helping and taking care of them. She had plans to move the Kwongs elsewhere, but Kao, the ex-father-in-law, was furious when she suggested that they broke and they broke into several arguments over this issue.
So wait, I'm not okay. So here's where we need the internet's help, right? What was like the situation like between Abby and this? Because if Abby's a socialite, were the Kwongs also like socialites or were they like civilians? Do people know?
I think
Do
they're just
people know
normal
this?
people.
I don't think so. I think
Nobody,
Abby is the one that's
Abby
loaded.
is the breadwinner lah.
Yeah.
Because of the
She's the one
socialite stuff.
that's
So these
loaded.
guys got the taste of the bling and didn't want to let it go lah.
It
basically.
does feel like that,
Yeah,
actually.
it feels like that. I mean, they got
Oh.
married at 18.
Ah.
Like she was 18. She was pregnant and they got married.
Right. Okay.
So
she
young,
walked
dumb.
away up.
Yeah.
And then when she wanted to make decisions, because if she's
Yeah.
the one providing the financial aid, right, it does seem like the big bling decisions are in her pocket, right?
The plot thickens. So I'm scrolling down the document, and apparently the Kwongs also have a bit of history with criminal records, right?
Of
The
course.
father-in-law,
Of course.
Kao, is
Oh,
an ex-police officer who was detained for sexual assault.
Oh no.
Back when he was a detective sergeant, he was accused of sexually assaulting women, was detained and asked to resign not long after. Alex Kwong, which is Abby's ex-husband, has also a criminal record. In February 2015, he was arrested for being involved in an investment scam that targeted male users on dating. So, crime runs deep in the family, right?
All right. Yeah, there's so just between this.
So much.
I was literally reading something the other day where like psychopathic dispositions are genetic, and this is like quite a.
We can't hear you.
You can't hear me.
You have to have it right in front of your mouth.
I was just reading something the other day. They're talking about the probability of you being a psychopath, and it is very highly linked to being a genetic thing. So I guess this is another piece of like very interesting case study.
So, in all of the crimes that you have bear witness to and followed over the years, has there ever been anything that's like family involved? Like, it's usually
Well,
just,
I mean, so many things have happened right throughout history. There might have been. Maybe it did not blow up as big as this.
yeah.
But I mean, I agree with Ming Han. I'm not disillusioned to think that everybody has certain amounts of tendencies to lean towards like a certain type of psychopathic or sociopathic behavior, right? But that's why this whole family dynamic around this father figure is very sus. It just smells of the whole like
Carrot and
submissive,
radish.
like thriving on submissive behavior. Because I don't know if you mentioned just now already that like even the father's mistress or something
Yeah.
was involved, right?
Oh yeah, so the mistress was in the next part. So basically, just to do a quick TLDR to that, Carl rented the ground floor of the 3-story house, the one that they found. It is said that he got help of his alleged mistress to rent the place. So that's all we know about it. Like, I mean,
It's mad because like, that's maid known and then like the mother's there and the whole family knows.
So you have to be some sort of crazy to be
Okay with that.
okay with having your mistress help be a part of the plan as well.
yeah.
That's like
I honestly think the mom will be let off by jury if the cases goes, because it does sound like a very oppressed situation, right? The
Yeah.
poor mom. There was a picture of the mother that I saw on online,
Oh.
so she was just like, But
man.
she doesn't look like a guilty person. She looks like
No, I mean,
I'm
they're all
forced
guilty
into
lah.
this
They're all
because
guilty.
they don't want me to tell the police.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, by law, that's also called, obstruction of justice. But yeah, it
There's
does smell like
definitely
that.
like streams of abuse there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole so something that's quite interesting to point out is if they do have a whole history of like crime, right? Especially this kind of crime where number one, he was asked to resign from a position and there was
Yeah.
no action involved. And the second one was a scam like that, right? I'm not saying people don't change, but this is like a sign where they have proved that they will act upon these impulses, right?
Yeah.
So that does make them a bit more like, oh, so you
Prone
are a bit
to big
sus.
crime.
You're a bit more sus. So
So I think one of the things that I wanted to bring up in relation to this was because when you look at isolated, like when not isolated, when you look at serial killers and murderers and stuff like that, it's mostly done by one person.
Yeah.
The prominent ones, right? And so when you think about motivation and motive and like why they would do it, it's very bound to the individual and their history and their past, what would make them go that far. So, like there's some sick sort of fantasies or fetishes about stuff. So that's one of it. But when you are doing this on a level of like how much has happened, right? In 2023, nonetheless, there's like you've cut up the parts, you're boiling stuff, you're throwing stuff away, and you're not doing that alone. You're doing that not even with strangers and business partners
In
or like a
cahoots.
shady gang, right?
In
It's
cahoots.
your blood relatives, like your immediate family that you're doing this. So it's two things that I'm thinking about. One is like, yeah, there's the level of abuse. And the second one was like, what crazy cult? What crazy ass belief system do they have that they think that it's not even that it's okay that I'm doing this.
This takes echo chamber to a different level. This I mean,
Like, because, okay, like the point I was making, right, is that hate and anger are very strong emotions that can motivate
Right,
you to do
right.
things that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's say that hate and anger got you as far as to doing like hurting somebody. So
Yeah.
in this case, it was the murder.
Mhm.
What
and why?
what the heck motivates you to go all the way to this? So like
So-
at that point, right? Like, is it something higher than that?
So I think I know, bear with me, right? Coming from the Kwong Kao, which is the father, the ex-policeman, like usually when there's a police position and it's a sexual assault on women, there is a certain level of condescending belief. It's a very patronizing, I'm higher than you, I should control stuff compared to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So immediately, if that whole thing is challenged, because a sexual assault from a person in authority is a very big sign of like forced authority lah. Like
Yeah.
I own you,
Yeah.
and I don't see you on the same level as me, right? So this is just exerting authority and control. Can you imagine how challenged his ego is when someone like Abby, who's a socialite, so well-to-do,
Yeah.
has already told him like, I'm borrowing your name, I'm going to make the purchase, but I'm borrowing your name, no control
And
there.
now I'm selling
Yeah.
it.
And now it's like, I'm selling it, it's not your choice, no control there. So that could have really bruised ego that to a certain point where if he already had no holding back to assault a civilian girl who done nothing to him, this girl has deliberately challenged his authority as the what do they call that in families? So like the male patriarch, the male patriarch.
Yeah.
He is supposed to be like limpe, right? That kind of thing. And she's like, oh, sorry, I'm just going to flip it back now. I want to sell it, it's my money. I think that would motivate someone in that to go a bit more gila.
Yeah.
But what's crazy, which I feel was, it was not him that took the first move. It was not the ex-husband that took the first move. It was the ex-husband's brother-in-law that did the first
So
move.
her brother-in-law.
Yeah, the brother-in-law.
Her ex-brother.
Because he was the one who picked her up.
No, but he's
to
her
fetch.
driver.
Yeah, the driver.
Yeah.
So he was the one who like had to deal with the, hey, where are we going? That kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
It's true.
Oh my god.
But it's within the plan. So that's why it's still like exactly what you said. I feel it still goes back to the head of the family. This guy
Yeah.
has brewed a culture which everybody is so used to just, okay, I kowtow to you.
Yeah.
Like your
Yeah.
word is gospel.
Because the poor brother-in-law got nothing,
Yeah.
Like he's the only one like scot-free. And he's now the getaway driver.
Yeah.
Oh.
So even if you were to say the mom, maybe not directly involved in that she did not contribute to the plan. But you have to have that layer of like consciousness to be like, oh, I need to
for
protect
sure.
this family.
Yeah, you
Like,
need to see the picture they took of her in court.
Yeah.
It's damn Kalian eh. She's like she knows she's wrong. She knows. Like you can see that look on her eyes
knows she
where
effed up,
she knows everyone knows what they did. She knows. But she is there because bo pian no. Like this is my life. I'm stuck in this corner.
Yeah.
yeah, like
I
there's
guess-
no way out basically.
I think that
because-
was probably the how he kept these guys together. That you guys are nothing without me. Because like if you look at abuse, right, and that kind of like emotional mental abuse, it's always the I am your only saving grace. And that's why you have to follow me whatever I do.
This whole pattern, right? Like I mean I'm a guy and I root for like responsible men, right? But in the past few years, right, a lot of these cases has happened because a lot of guys cannot have their ego challenged, right? A lot of like even in social media or in the entertainment industry, right? If there is a very strong female and the female leads the relationship, right? The probability of something mad like this happening happens. This is what makes a lot of like, I guess, girls and ladies feel very unsafe around men because of things like this. Because like it's a house. Like let her live lah. It's not like she's not letting you live in the house.
And she's been giving your money.
She used your name some more, to put under your credit score. But some people don't understand that kind of that thing, right?
Yeah.
But and it's just a bit crazy lah. Like whenever things happen, like I think I'm not sure how much of it has been revealed, but even the people that we grew up watching YouTube with, a lot of the prominent female figures, right, has had issues because they were the prominent ones in the relationship. And I think this is something very crazy to see it taken to such an extreme where there's not just one person, but he has managed to rally a whole circle of people, and that is this is not the world that I want my daughters to grow up in. So
It's a scary world.
it's a scary world.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about like even the methods of disposal, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm boggled by the stupidity almost.
Yeah. But honestly, like, so I've read articles before, like the psychology behind
Of course.
certain killers and whatnot, right? And I think just the way things turn out and whatnot, people tend to think these are all evil geniuses. I think there's literally a documentary called Evil Genius or something. But you find that through research and through the cases and investigations and things, most of them actually have a very average IQ.
Damn.
Like it's not like...
It's just the fact that they did it.
Yeah, it's not like they were masterminds or anything. A lot of them were even below average.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And that is actually linked to low EQ as well.
Oh.
So that's why they do it,
Yeah.
right? So, but because also there's an argument the high IQ ones never got caught.
There's also
that argument right?
It's true.
I would think maybe in today's world, but I guess
Yeah.
back then a lot of it were prolonged and
Yeah.
like they got away with it because technology was different.
It was, yeah.
The
Yeah,
system
man.
was different.
These
That's
guys can
terrible.
be these guys be tracking your Xiaomi camera on your cars
it's
now.
true.
Like,
Yeah.
in
So
Hong Kong.
actually, if you look at it on maybe we're giving them too much credit that
Of course.
they subscribe to a higher understanding of
But
chaos, right?
I don't understand. I give them no credit. They got caught in a week.
yeah.
Okay.
No, wait.
I mean, this is a lot about
Let me say my point. Let me say my
today's
point.
technology
Like
as well.
maybe we're maybe as netizens of the world, like when we read stuff like this, right, we're so perplexed by the actions, the motivation, and stuff like that. We're trying to find what is it that would motivate not just one man but an entire family to hurt somebody who's related to them.
Yeah.
Right? I'm looking for the answers. I'm thinking of why would you do this way? Why are you like disposing of the body this way? Why are you putting radish and carrot aside? But actually, the truth of the matter is they're just really stupid people who acted on emotion. Like that's the truth.
That's basically it.
I mean, we also just can't take the baseline lah. Maybe even while they were dating, there was already like, I don't like you lah.
Definitely.
So there maybe to begin with, there was no fondness, right? Because to begin with, this lady did not fit the normal.
She was a
the normal
challenge
box,
to yeah.
right? Of what this man is used to.
Yeah.
Like, oh, now my son is dating someone who is literally more powerful than me in every aspect, who outdoes me in every aspect. So maybe the bitterness already started there. And who knows? Maybe look at the ex-husband also. It's like he like money.
Yeah.
They all do.
Yeah, quick money, quick
know,
money.
It's big bucks to get away.
Yeah.
Damn.
I just think that it was just an emotional crime. Like just not happy, angry. And I think what really sticks out to me was how messed up do you have to be, right? That you plan the crime as the mother of your grandchild is about to fetch your grandchild. Like, I think there is a
that's
different
crazy.
level of
That's-
messed up
that's
to
true.
not think about that, you
That's
know.
a very good point.
Either that they thought like, never mind, the child will be safe at the school, so maybe that's a saving grace there. But they don't think of like, wow, can you imagine the abandonment trauma she's going to have as a kid because the mother never came to pick her up?
Yeah.
I don't even want to. I
Wow,
don't even want to
that's
go
a good
there.
point.
To go there about it. It's a messed up like family affair.
It's wild that they still haven't found a torso. And we were just talking about it yesterday. With over like 100 policemen at the landfill looking for it. I'll be honest, if I was on the police force on ground looking for it, I really hope I'm not the one to find it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like it's mutilated. It's over a couple of days now. Like, if I was there on the ground, I'd just be searching the same spot over and over again.
I
won't go anywhere.
It's
I mean,
traumatic.
It is worrying lah, because we know when he has a history of sexual assault and the torso is the one that is missing, usually is another cover up to another crime lah. So it could just be more layers on their charge. If she was sexually assaulted before murdered, allegedly, I don't know. That's a whole other thing lah. So that there are reasons for things like that to not be found lah. You know, who knows? But man, blow to the head. There was like the reports there. What, attacked in the car? Well, my heart goes out to Abby's family, to be honest, because she was just trying to do a thing. I don't think at any
You
point,
didn't do anything wrong.
like,
man.
okay, like let's just take another step back and just both sides more advantage. No matter what shit and conflict that went down between both sides, no matter who's in the right or wrong,
Nobody
death is not the answer,
Yeah.
That's
right?
not the answer.
So let's just put
It's
it there.
basically just human behavior to its extremes. I
Mm.
mean, when you talk about people acting on emotion, that happens every day, even on a very minimal base level.
just minus the
People-
meat grinder, lah. You know?
Yeah, people getting angry and shouting
Oh, do we know about it?
for no reason at people
Absolute-
that they don't know.
Disrespectful.
Yeah. Are there any consequences in mind? Not really. It's just
Yeah.
acting out of emotion.
Once in a while, there will be some people with black raincoats, and I feel that is a bit misplaced effort. If you went through such a amount of effort planning the crime, you could have put some more effort solving the problem in the first place.
Yeah.
Just want to say, because one of them doesn't come with a death sentence, right? But that is the whole story of Abby Choi that has shaken.
Things are still
shaken
unfolding.
the internet so
we're-
far. Yeah.
We'll wait for the official reports that are going to be coming out over the next week or so. Man, this episode
That
was
is that.
not what we expected to be doing, but we felt it was just a good one to cover anyway.
Do you all like? I mean, we don't know, so you probably have to.
Let us know if you enjoy.
You have to comment on Instagram. Like, I don't know. Do you like crime reviews? This is not up my alley for sure. But someone's been smiling quite a bit. So,
No.
oh no, I'm kidding.
Please.
Like, let us know. Drop a comment on the Instagram, or on the YouTube video if you're watching. Like, is crime your kind of thing?
Let us know if you have any other fascinating cases you want us to review and talk about. Because I think it's interesting to maybe just think about what it is that sets these people off.
Yeah.
And realistically, I think we could do better as people in communities to help make sure that this doesn't happen again. Let us know if you guys enjoy is a tough one, but let us know if you guys found this episode fascinating,
yeah.
and if you'd like to hear more of it, because there are a lot of untold stories about the world, both from the present day, modern day, and way back when. Toph
when?
knows when.
Oh, when?
Jack the Ripper. She knows him.
Okay, yeah.
He's not real.
Oh,
He's
We
not
don't
real.
know.
We don't know.
we don't know.
Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Have a great week ahead. Tag us in crazy stories and we'll do our best to talk about it
Oh, yeah.
in the limited time that we have left in this beautiful world.
Sweet.
Take care, guys.